welcome to the Club 12 podcast with me, Dave and Jamie. How are we?
We're pretty good this week.
Good. We're good on the Club 12 after a convincing 3-2 win against Partick.
Convincing's a strong word.
Is it?
It was a good result.
It was a good result, so we'll get to that. Thanks to King Kong Tattoo Company, our sponsors, down at Albert Square, Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. I keep saying I'm going to go and get this fucking tattoo, but it's no.
You're not going to do it.
I'm not going to
Stop
do it.
saying
Right?
it. You're not going to do it.
I can't. Right, anyway.
I'm not getting it.
It's been a good weekend. We come back to 2 down to win 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Still never helped anyone get a coupon up, but it was a good win.
No, it was. I was working, so I had it on in the background on the Fire Stick, and I'm going to be honest, every time, because I was working, I couldn't quite watch the game, and every time I tuned in to actually watch it, Partick scored. So, like, honestly, so I got to the point where I didn't even want to watch it anymore, but I finished at 4 o'clock, sat down, put the second half on, and it was pretty good. It's a hard watch on that Fire Stick though, because there's no commentary for the start.
And it's the stupid automatic cameras.
And that camera's got Tourette's or something. That camera doesn't have a clue what day of the week it is. But I mean, apart from that, we turned up in the second half.
Well,
thank fucking that.
Well, see, this is the thing. I mean, I had an early gig yesterday, so I didn't see the match. I mean, I checked the score and I was like, quality 1-3-2, but I didn't realise that we were 2-0 down. Which is shite.
It was shite. It was. It was. I think I said it last week. We need to score 4 goals to win against football.
That's shite.
But I mean, if you are going to go down, or if you're going to concede a couple of goals, at least they've got the balls to kind of fight back, because that Partick, don't get me wrong, they've conceded quite a few goals this year, but at half time 2-0 down, that must have been a tough change in them. So fair play to them.
I mean, especially him as well, when you're 2-0 up at half time, and then you get beat 3-2. That's going to be a shite.
I hope Ian McCall was fucking raging.
Oh, I hope he was biling. I hope somebody shat in his shoe. Jinky went home and comfort ate pizza. Put on another couple of pounds.
Put on another stain.
Put on another stain, fat or a bastard. Good, I'm glad he got pumped. A wee highlight for me, personal highlight this weekend, was Max Anderson getting a game. Wee Killer Anderson, as I like to call him, after that famous tackle against St Mirren, which
it's worse than Carton has.
It was brutal. It was pure assault. But it was good to see him getting a game. I did say last season that I thought he was tired and sluggish, but I think he was just probably overplayed. At his age, he probably was overplayed a bit last season. So I think it was good that he got a game. Also, as well, Paul McMillan doth my cap in your general direction. I hope you threw the fucking shed baits in the bin. Honestly, I do. Because see with the green baits, what a different side. The boy's better. He's a better player. We're on side because he's not got shed bait. Because I'm not the only person who shouts about it. You hear it in the dairy.
No, I can.
Get the fucking baits off McMillan. I can. So, I'd rather them a dark blue, but we'll settle for green baits. I'll take that. So, but Derek got the hook and Robinson come on, but he also out-jumped the keeper. So that was a good header.
He's got a pretty good leap on him.
He scored. That's a couple of good headers.
Because they only got against Arbroath. Don't get me wrong, the ball did kind of hit with the bus a wee bit, but he still out-jumped the defender and scored. But he does. He's got a wee bit of a leap. Here, I like Robinson. I think he's got a good first touch. I think he's in the box. He's half decent. And he could run the channels, and he's good in the air. I like him.
I was a bit surprised when I seen the lineup and seen Mbappe's pal and thought he must be up front.
But like Mbappe's pal, did start the game with Nepals?
he did.
Is that part of the problem?
He ended up with even less pals at half time because he got the hook. So
sitting in the changing room on his phone, texting Mbappe.
He'll come good, right? Because he's only just signed for it, really. So he'll be alright. He needs time to adjust. The same as Robinson did as well. So and he looked decent yesterday for what I've seen.
Therefore, we turned up in the second half. I think this podcast would have been totally different if it had stayed 2-0.
Could you imagine?
I'd have came on here with my fucking red cheeks.
First in line would have been Law and I. Again.
So sorry, I actually never checked because I was working and I didn't actually check the team. Did Lawler start?
Lawler started.
Did he? Yeah. He would have got it tight.
It's unfortunate.
He probably wouldn't even have done anything.
But he was saved by some
saved by Cammy Kerr.
Saved by Cammy Kerr, eh? Do you think Cammy's mum made him a special tea when he got him? Because he scored
Fish and chips.
Wee beans, obviously. I could be, you'll not be allowed to chippy.
Did I tell Boyer?
Well, no tell Gary. And did you see Gary managed to squeeze it in his famous coughs in his interview? He's like, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I love Gary's cough. Although, if it keeps going on, he might need to go and see about that. That's pretty prolonged, eh? Ken, I mean, that's a few months now.
It's been, you may hear it, maybe he just likes a fag. maybe just does a wee fag after a game.
I mean, Kenichi liked the fag.
Kenichi did like, and it never stopped him performing to the best of his abilities, Ken.
So I remember, right, there used to be this wee cafe on, see where the corner at Strathmartin Road and the Clippy Road is?
Yeah.
Right, Ken, there's like a takeaway shop at the top of there now, the traffic lights. Well, it used to be Pete's Cafe. It was this shady old fucking... it's not even a greasy spoon, because they did like cold rolls and stuff, right? But it was, I suppose it was a greasy spoon. Anyway, I remember going in there with my pal one time. We used to go there after football when we played at Fairmere, and the rolls were like 32 pence or something. You used to get a hot roll, a hot crispy roll, and you get a cup of tea with it. It used to cost you pure pennies. But anyway, we goes in this one day, and here sitting was Dundee players, right? So George Shaw, Jerry Britton, Steve Pittman, and I can't remember the other name, but there's 4 of them sitting there. And here, 2 of them were sitting puffing away on their facts. Like Jerry Britton and Steve Pittman were sitting smoking away like so that's quality. Players like a fag.
They do. I think Gowser likes a fag.
You think?
You see Gowser with a 20 deck in his pocket, can fan out his pocket. I can picture that.
Nah, I think he smokes baggy. Nah, McMullen's definitely, he smokes rollies.
He'd steal your fag.
He would take your last fag.
One of them guys is like, yeah, could you lay me a drag?
I remember as well at Motherwell, see on the top of the stand, they used to have this big thing. I always thought it was really clever when I was wee, right? And it was a fag with like the big red fucking cross through it, and it said keep cigarettes away from the match. And obviously used to like them.
I remember that. That was at the side stand at Motherwell,
I always thought that's a pretty clever play on words. So, I mean, never stopped us smoking. Anyway, yeah. So 3-2. It was a good win. It was a good win for me. Other results this weekend: Ayr drew with Morton, Inverness drew with Arbroath. They were both 1-1, and Wraith beat Hamilton 3-1. Now that somehow Wraith managed to leap above us, right? So the league's actually pretty fucking mental. So Ayr are top on 25, and then in joint on 22 points, right? You've got Morton, Wraith, us, and Inverness, and then a point behind you've got Queen's Park, another point behind on 20 is Partick Thistle, and then Cove are on 16. Arbroath and Hamilton are both on 11 points. That's a tight league.
I don't remember it ever being that tight.
No,
ever.
Never.
And
ever.
We've been in it for quite a few years. It's mental. It's good to see Hamilton getting slowly drifted away from the rest of them.
Good.
Because I want them to go down and suffer. But I mean, here it's tight as fuck, man. If I was saying to you before we turned this on today, could you imagine it gets to like the last day of the season, we miss out on the playoffs or miss out on the league by a point, and that means we didn't get in the because it could end up like that. Don't get me wrong.
6 teams on the last day could win the league.
That'd be right. I mean, as shite as it'd be great at the same time.
I do remember the season where there was, I'm sure I've told this in before on the podcast, Airdrie, Dunfermline and Dundee were all going for promotion, and we were doing it Stranraer. And we won 5-0 and still didn't get promoted. So I can't quite remember what the points were, but we were in 3rd place and won 5-0. That was it.
Who have we got the last game of the season?
Queen's Park.
At Dens?
No.
Is it away for him?
It's away for him. Nobody at Hampden.
No. That'd have been quality.
That would have been a good laugh, right?
Here, it might go down to that, right?
Here, it must have been like being a St Johnstone game. When Queen's Park played at Hampden, because they've got very few fans in that big wide open space. So. Must have been like St Johnstone.
Must have been weird being a Queen's Park player. Kind of like back in the day, like your home ground's hammed in every week, you play in that massive stadium, then you go what a fucking East Stirling or Clyde or something like
metal. That must be pretty brutal. Well, hopefully it's only fucking this season we could say see you later and we'll sneak our way up.
And then never come back ever again.
Right, up next we've got Raith. So they beat Hamilton yesterday, which was good. So it's Raith. It's at Dens.
It is at Dens, because I was at the last time we played down through in Kirkcaldy. What a day that was. That was brilliant.
Do you remember that game?
I do actually. I just remember the train coming in. When we got back in Dundee, there must have been about 800 Dundee fans getting off this one train. And I just mind Daddy walking up through the train station up the stairs singing Dundee songs, and it was great. I remember that more than the actual game, to be honest with you. But no, I thought they were half decent when we played them. Actually, I think our keeper made a couple of decent saves. Was it Harry Sharp in the goal that day? I think it might have been. I can't mind, but I think they'll be half decent. Us at home are fucking quite unpredictable, okay? So that'll be a toughie.
Do you think it helps being at home when we nip their heads through the derry after 2 minutes?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. But we can't really help it.
Ken, your passengers gets the derry, right?
Any of them, man.
It's like third past, you're like, fuck, no again, fucking hell you, every week I've got to tell you that. And that's just a linesman and shit.
But Ken, what if you're a football
player? Did you see that fucking
Douglas
Ross was the linesman yesterday?
No, what's that?
He's the fucking head of the Tories in Scotland. He's a Tory MP.
No danger.
So he's a linesman. So it was can that famous Dundee fan for Twitter? Can that lassie was on Twitter?
Alright,
So she tweeted yesterday to say, "Oh, that Douglas Ross is a linesman here," and I was like, "I swear to God, I'll pay you money if you throw a pet at him, and I'll pay your fine too." And it's like, but she never replied, so I don't think she did. They've never read anything about it in the paper. So.
Yeah, he's got balls, right?
No, Tory, I might fucking kick him right in the face.
But a Tory being a Scottish football linesman,
right? So
that tracks some stones. Like,
I find being a Conservative in Scotland is fucking pointless.
Right, we're not turning this political.
No, right.
Okay.
But it is. It's fucking pointless.
No, I can.
It's almost as pointless as Haining as a fucking linesman. Although maybe he's better at being a linesman than a politician. I don't know. I mean, I never read about any decisions yesterday.
Nah.
So I hope he got abuse though. I hope they gave him a stinking. And I was seeing as well that some of the young team were back on the bus at 2-0 yesterday. Get it right up your eye. Have you ever done that before? Left the game or no went to the game?
I've left a few games. I can't remember we're coming back and getting a result for any of them though. Nah, I think when I leave we usually get pumped.
I do remember there wasn't a game that I remember leaving, right, but I remember going through a time capsule years ago. It must have been the Cup. And they had the radio on the bus on the way through, and the reporter on the radio was saying something like, Dundee have never won at Tynecastle in the Cup in 47 years, and my mate looked at us like, man, go up to Lothian Road and we'll go and get blutered. I was like, fuck it. So me and him went up to Lothian Road and got fucking shit-faced. I staggers back to the bus for about 5 o'clock. What was the score? Oh, 1-2-0. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's a good day though.
It's stuff like that you remember, right?
Yeah, I really do.
Actually, there was one. So remember the derby a couple of years ago? It was when Graham Dorran scored for one. It was 2-2 at Tannadice, or 1-1 at Tannadice, should I say? Sorry, when Dorran scored, right? So before that, I think me and you were at the game at the start of the season at Tannadice, and United gave it a bit of doing. And remember we said walking out Tannadice that we were never ever going to go back to Tannadice. So I kind of stuck by that rule, and my old flat, if you'll remember obviously, it was like after Arkley Street, should I say, so it was right beside Bakeron's. And my mate messages me, he's like, mate, I've got a spare ticket tonight for the Fair Play stand. You want to go? And I was like, mate, I'm not going. I was like, I'm not going. I was like, I've been to Tannadice, I ken what happens. I was like, I'm not doing it. And of course, we never won, but we did get a good equaliser. So I mind that night, I missed out on that. But I went out that night and got pissed and celebrated with 1-0 victory. So that was pretty good.
Good stuff. So, right, well, we kind of no talk about the Old Firm in Europe, right? Because they got a fucking doing. And the reason I bring this up is because I actually heard somebody talking the other day at the bar, and he says, but the money some of these clubs have got and that they're paying these players, we just can't compete with that. And I was like, fucking pot, kettle, black, mate, right? Which I now think is probably racist. You probably shouldn't say that anyway, right? Pot, kettle, black.
No, you don't.
But anyway, right, that was, and I thought to myself, it was like, you arrogant bastard. We've been putting up with that shit for years. Well, you cunts have had fucking pounds after pounds after pounds. And we just get pumped and we just need to deal with it. And you're in the huff.
Because you got beat in the Champions League.
Got beat in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I was quite chuffed. And something else that I seen as well, somebody posted on Facebook, that if Rangers had just decided to no turn up for any of the group fixtures, they'd have done better. Because we would have been awarded 3-0 defeat. So therefore they'd achieved the same amount of points, but had less goals conceded.
So they would have ended up, if they'd done that, minus 18 if I'm right.
Something like
so
that.
How much did they actually end up with? Minus 20?
Let's stop kidding.
Keep here, they've got a cheek, like, because as you said, the money that gets flung at them every year is ridiculous. And if you look at their budget compared to the next closest team, which I would probably say would be Aberdeen or Hearts, either of them, it's fucking ridiculous, the difference, man. But then they go into Europe, they play a team like Liverpool or Real Madrid, and they get their arse felt, and they ken what it's like. So ken what, fuck them.
But the thing is, right, that's only happened to them 6 times a season.
I
right?
can't, it happens to us.
It happens to us every
That's how we need to enjoy it though, okay, when it does happen. Because I mean, you can all get in both ways where you want them to do well in Europe because it looks better for Scottish football.
There is an element of that.
But then, does it really? Because if they're doing, let's say that they're doing well in the Champions League, right? Is that good for Scottish football? That Celtic and Rangers are then hosing the Champions League? Do you think so? Because
well, no, right,
I think that'll put them further away from everybody else. But then, maybe they'll then get closer.
But I think it's like a cushion blow, it's like a softener. The clubs in Scotland also get money. Depending on how far they get. Right now, it's a pittance, right? But it's like a sweetener kind of thing, aye?
But it's no enough money to still compete with them. The money that gets distributed is designed so that the gap between Celtic and the other clubs, I think, still remains the same. Because if they were to give the lesser clubs more money than Celtic and Rangers, then it wouldn't really be.
I mean, I personally think that they're there representing the league, so therefore the money should be owned by the league, and the league should split it evenly between the clubs in the league.
Me
but
too.
then I'm a biased bastard, so.
Me too. But then, mind you, could you imagine that? So the miracle happens, right? Dundee get bought over and we end up in the Champions League, right?
Right.
Would we be wanting to give our money to the other teams? Would we fuck? Would be telling them to fucking go?
What do you mean? The Shed are going to get 300,000 because we're fucking getting to the quarter-finals.
No, we're not playing.
We're not playing. He's my bar, I'm going home. Fuck you, fuck your Shed. Aye, that's how it should be.
We're biased bastards, aren't we?
I can. I love it. But anyway, it's good to see them getting pumped.
It is.
And also as well, Rangers got beat facing Johnson today. So if Mr. Van Bronckhorst listening, if you head down to the
because that's what he's doing on the way back up the road to Glasgow. He's got on his phone the Club 12 podcast.
He fucking better be. Either that or he better be. He's signing up for Universal Credit. He's just been paid off, has he? Well, maybe he's not.
He's typing on Wikipedia trying to figure out how to spell his name.
I can. Do you think he'll get the Fleetwood?
I do.
After that,
I thought after the Liverpool result, right, and don't get me wrong, the gulf between Liverpool and Rangers is obviously massive, right? But
it's the way they've applied themselves as well.
I didn't think Liverpool were 7-1 or what was it, 7-1 or 8-1? I can't even remember.
7.
I didn't think Liverpool were 7-1 better than Rangers. I didn't think the score would have been that far away. Where was I going with this? I can't even remember. But as I say, the golf's huge, and if Rangers had just turned up, it would have made me look a wee bit better. Like, I did want them, obviously I wanted them to talk about what they're doing, but at the same time I didn't want them to represent Scottish football in a way that looks like we can't fucking kick their own arse.
The thing is, look at them last season, right? And okay, they weren't in the Champions League, right? They were in the Europa League. They got to the final, right? And they kind of looked like they were going to beat Abdi, and they beat some good opposition on the way. And it's weird.
I can. And Kim, what, you notice the difference? I think Rangers is a good example of the difference between that Europa League and the Champions League, because we watched the Rangers play all them teams in the Europa League, your Dortmunds, your Leipzigs, fucking Bragas. They are your normal big teams in that competition, and Rangers beat them up. And going up to the Champions League, you forget Rangers got Napoli at a time where Napoli have got the best teams they've had in about 20-30 years. They've also got Klopp's Liverpool and Ajax and that, so that's a hard draft straight away. But fuck, it's what it is, man. The competition between the Champions League and that Europa League is miles different, miles apart, man.
It's like comparing it with the Pertifat Cup and the Scottish Cup, is it?
It's not the same,
It's not the same, is it? No.
I want a League Cup though.
The League Cup dreams are. We discussed this. It's gone.
I just like.
However, the Scottish Cup's round the corner. Mentioned that last week. It was Airdrie we've got. Good. Well, hopefully we could fucking base them on that. So we're actually going to have the World Cup coming up as well. Right now, we didn't have a break during that, did we? We keep playing, so
came up good, because this World Cup's a fucking joke.
I was going to say, right, are you even looking forward to it? Because
I forgot it was even. It's, what is it? A week away? 2 weeks away?
They can.
It's not far anyway. The second Scotland got beat for Israel or Ukraine or whatever it was, I can't even remember. I lost interest.
Yeah, we've not played Israel for a few months.
I can.
I wonder if they're alright. There was a programme on the other day which I watched, and it was about how to win the World Cup. It was this BBC documentary thing, and there was the
how to win the World Cup.
The
Sorry if it was as easy.
Again,
football's an easy game.
We say this every week.
It's going to be our Club 12 model.
It is an easy game.
Football's an easy game.
It is. But so I was reminded us that obviously the World Cup's coming up, and it reminds me of USA '94, because I didn't care about that. I really didn't. Nobody cared about it. Nobody cared about it at all.
The Irish, they were in it.
The Irish qualified, or the Republic qualified anyway. All the British-based fucking teams are out. So there was no interest in it.
Was that the where Maradona failed the drug test? And he got sent him.
He got sent him in disgrace.
Raging. No, I know. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch England get beat when they get to the quarters or the semis, like they do every other tournament.
Have you ever seen the clip or the opening ceremony with Diana Ross?
No.
Not right. So they basically, she's doing her song and dance right down the middle of the pitch, and Americans, you can't have they're overly flamboyant, right? So they've got this big, massive, inflatable goal thing set up, and a big giant football, and Diana Ross runs over and kicks the bar and misses and doesn't put it in the goal, but the goal breaks anyway. And this is going to be a shite World Cup.
So will the final, will it be just before Christmas? Will it be like, because I mean if it starts, I think it'll start the 22nd of November, 23rd of November, something like that.
Something like that.
And how long does it last for? About 4 weeks?
It finishes before Christmas, but I'm not sure how long before Christmas.
I mean, it'll be quite new and stuff to watch a World Cup before Christmas. But it shouldn't have a World Cup in Qatar.
I do think an interesting group, right, will be, unfortunately, the group that Scotland should have been in, which is now going to be England, Wales, Iran and America. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be interesting, because do you ken how politics and religion kind of slide into football inadvertently? I mean, it happened in Glasgow occasionally, right? But I just think with the whole Iran, America,
Iran and
England,
America will be
Iran.
tasty.
That'll be
Do you think the casuals will turn up for that?
I'll work it up now. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that, but I did anyway. You
And
don't know.
like on football away days, you'll see like a bunch of guys whacking. It'll be like USA out looking for Iran.
I hope so.
Sniper rifles and that.
Oh
Fuck.
I
That group will be quite interesting. Like that game's destined to get fucking abandoned for something. Like Iran, USA.
I think
that will
that'll
declare war at fucking half time.
do you think Switzerland will need to come on at half time? Like, no. So, what do you think they'll win? Do you even care?
I hope Iran win. I hope Iran beat them 4-9 and there's a riot in the stand because the Iran fans threw a fucking flare at the Americans and that starts World War 3.
You think? Because of the World Cup.
Because Iran beat them 4-9.
You're making this difficult.
Football's an easy
It's
game.
an easy game. I didn't even ken really was in it because I lost interest when we got put out.
See, when Wales qualified, I just turned the telly off. I couldn't care. Couldn't give a fuck. I think, your Britons are in it. Are the Italians in it, actually?
Italy never qualified.
No. See, I like the Italians at the World Cup. But I think the Germans have got a good shout.
I think that shows you the standard of football now, though. The fact that Italy, because I think that's 2 World Cups in a row that have not qualified.
And then the Euros in
And
between.
then again, what the fuck's that?
It'll be interesting. Like, I'm looking forward to see because this will probably be Messi's last World Cup as well. Ronaldo, actually, maybe no. He could probably go another 4 years if he really wanted to.
He'll probably go in the half if he doesn't get to play in the next World Cup.
Okay. But I mean, it might be alright, but we'll be too busy following the D's anyway. We've got an away trip up to Inverness.
That's right, it's the 2nd of December, Friday night.
So, I'll be more focused on that, to be honest with you.
Good. Well, I'll keep you updated on how Iran are getting on in the World Cup. I didn't ken why this, like I say, largely qualified, but I think you're obviously expecting the big guns to kind of be the final, like, so Argentina, Germany, Brazil.
I think Germany will do bad. What else is half decent? I don't think Argentina will do that well, to be honest with you. Because they're alright, but I definitely think the Germans are probably the ones to beat. Like,
see, when
the
it's
Dutch the Dutch have got a really good team this World Cup.
I always find no, that all was fine, but I think, see, when it's, because I would say this is in a weird place, right, Qatar. So if it's World Cups go right,
it's one way you put it. Weird place.
I would like weird places that have held World Cups. I would say would be Sweden '58. Definitely that.
South Africa was quite a weird choice.
South Africa 2000.
That was a good World Cup. I quite like that.
USA '94 too.
They're just money makers, though, aren't they? Especially the USA '94. They just done that to get out of the tourists.
And what the fuck are Qatar doing it for?
Have they even got a team?
They do.
But what? What place for Qatar? They've done like national trials or
excuse me,
like national trials or something. Get like a letter put out, right? The Qatar football team.
So I remember on any of the first FIFA games, right? It must have. I didn't care if it was a World Cup game or something, but they obviously had an international section, and the shite team on it was Qatar. And I didn't even think they had a team. I'd never even heard of them before. I said, what? Qatar? What's that? TBQ? Didn't be daft. So yeah. But we'll be busy watching the D's. And I'll be looking forward to transfer window time. It's getting to that time where Gary will be writing his list of Big John. So hopefully we want to.
Gary Harkins at the tablet.
Yank.
I take Gary Harkins back. I do.
Well, Gary, if you're listening, just turn up with your baits and bring your gloves. Just in case. Oh, just in case. Right, so next week, Wraith Rovers. You're probably going to expect it to be tight. However, but biasly, I think we should be winning 5 or 6-0, but it probably is going to be tight.
Yeah.
Have they not got some XDs playing for them?
Okay, they've got It was actually Benedictus, but I don't think he plays for them anymore. I think McPake took him to Dunfermline. What have they got? Have they still got Ian Davidson? They've done it, right?
I can.
He's probably serving a suspension if they do.
Probably. By the way, did you see the crowd at the Falkirk Dunfermline game at the weekend?
I did.
That's a pretty tasty.
Is that no
8,000 load for.
But is that not like standard for they two? Like Falkirk, Wraith and Dunfermline?
Well,
because they three kind of.
Apparently, this is a big derby match.
It is.
So I didn't ken this.
I did. Because obviously I ken that Wraith and Dunfermline didn't like each other. But Falkirk and Dunfermline, for some reason, I've always ken that was they two didn't like each other. Because they're close, are they?
Well, apparently so. 13 mile apart, according to Alan Preston.
But I'm here, Dunfermline are a big club. I think people forget about how big they are, man, because they could fill a 2,500 stand if they really wanted to. No bother.
I've been there before, and it's been almost a sellout.
It reminded me of Dens, their stadium a wee bit, to be honest with you. I think they are quite a similar size club to us.
It used to be a bit rounder. That's the only like the terracing kind of thing.
But they'll be back up next year.
Probably. Hopefully we'll fucking
off-skate.
We'll see them.
See you later.
So hopefully we'll pick up another 3 points there. And here, like I said this before, if we could push on a 6 to 10 game unbeaten run, we're 4 games into that just now. So I think if we get to the end of that, we could see we being a few points in front. Coming up to Christmas, that's always got.
So what I say, coming up to January, see after like the first week in January, and hey, look at the table then. I think it'll be a better looking shape, if you can what I mean. Because right now it's still fucking anybody's really, right? It's still kind of tight. But I think January it'll start to take shape, and hopefully we're right up at the fucking top of that list.
Well, hope so. Right, well, we'll need to wrap things up. So thanks to King Kong Tattoo Company, Albert Square, Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. We've been the Club 12 podcast, and we'll see you next week. Cheers!